sometimes even they raise money with others, and they spend the money here in the U.S. It's so easy to spend the money in the U.S. The U.S. know how to take you the money.
Boom.
Yeah, they know.
It goes fast.
Everybody knows that.
The managing partner and founder at BC, one of the brains behind this entire event, Gabby Hasson. Gabby, thank you for joining me here on 77 WABC.
Thank you for having me here.
Well, we heard from so many startups, investors, in this show, tonight's show, and the show we had 2 weeks ago. But now, if I may, I want to turn to you on a personal level. Anyone that's doing something like this, there's something that drives them, there's something that excited them, that goes back to maybe even their youth. I don't know how far back we want to go. But Gabby, this is like such an incredible event, and there's so many fantastic minds, technology. It all came together here. What's your backstory? Am I going in a no-go zone? Is this okay?
It's okay. And actually, you're going to the point because I'm here in the U.S. 8 years.
Okay.
Before that, I used to work for IBM in the unit that called GTU, Global Technology Unit, which is now Alpha Zone.
Okay.
The idea is to take the technology from Israel, the companies, and to piggyback to open doors for them all over the globe, especially in the U.S. So I did that, and for several times, and I find out that there is an issue. It's not only the technology that matter, but also if they can survive. Because if you open doors for a company at AT&T or Verizon, the requirement is very high. They need to be there, they need to survive, they need to compete with a lot of things that they don't know how to do.
The bar, the standard is very high.
Yeah, especially for a young company.
Yeah.
So I decided to make the move to US and to help to the companies in the finance side, which is actually I converted my technology side to the business and also for the financial to get the oxygen, to get the money.
Right.
And it was a long journey.
An adjustment.
Adjustment. And I took all the family and everything. I have 3 kids.
Wow.
In the middle of their life, actually. And we decided to do that. Of course, a lot of support for my family and my wife, Dikla. And what we did is we find a place to sponsor us as a technology under the technology quota that we get the visa from US. And I started then, and then I moved to another company at the Empire State Building, 76th floor. It was a big dream.
Sure.
Yeah, CB Alliance.
The view.
Yeah, venture capital, very strong one. And then I actually, and one day I met Eli. And this is how we established PSID. He came to the Empire State Building. He showed us his startups from Israel.
Right.
And then we met. And he said, Gabby, do you want to open a company here in the US that will be a bridge between the Israeli startups and the US market and the US investors? And I said to myself, you know what, this is a challenge. And I like challenges, and I took it. We think about that for about 2 months, and we come with the name B-Seed, which is actually double meaning. First, it's the seed money, which is early stage, professional.
Sure.
And the other one, the B, also for Besiyata Deshmai.
Right, which we all need to be successful.
So that's it.
That's the story.
And I actually collaborated with him. We established the company. Of course, the deal flow that coming from Israel, which is Oded Eliashiv is managing there. Oded. So he in Israel do all the vetting and all the hard work to find the right startups. With me together, we are combine the effort and see that it's fit the US market with professional here, professional there. And then soup to nuts, we give to the startup all what they need to open the companies here in the US.
So this is a critical point because when someone starts a startup, let's face it, they're kind of a little bit cocky, right? And they're like, I know how to do it. I know how to do it better than anyone. And then suddenly they start running into there's legal issues. There's additional technology issues. There's a wide range of challenges that they suddenly all face. B-Seed is the full dashboard. You solve everything for them?
You don't know how right you are. Because during the time before I established B-Seed with Eli, by the way,
Eliezer Gross.
Gross, he is the chairman of all the group here. So what happened is that a lot of companies coming cocky, like you said.
Yeah, I know it all already. What are you going to tell me already?
Exactly. And then we are struggling here. This is a very critical point to convince them that we know better than them. We have some gray hair.
1 second, are you psychologists too? You have to be.
Yeah, you have to be. Actually in business in general, you have to be a psychologist. And I leave it to my daughter. She's practicing in that. Anyway, so what we are doing is to convince them to work with us, to let us to lead in this point of time, and to lead them to the right places. We save time, we save money. If sometimes even they raise money with others and they spend the money here in the US, it's so easy to spend the money in the US. The US know how to take you the money.
Boom.
Yeah, they know
it goes fast.
Everybody knows that. Yeah, so for them, they're excited. They can do it just like that. So yeah, we're definitely there for them and for the investors. We are down on them. We are trying to see that they are going along the milestone that we give them.
So, I have to interrupt. I'm sorry, Gabby.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to ask you a delicate question. Do you sometimes protect them from themselves?
Sure.
Because sometimes they want to run in, they're excited, they're passionate, and then say, listen, we've been doing this, we do this for many companies, and please, you have to trust us. Some of the things you want to jump to are just too risky.
Yeah, actually, before B-Seed, I have some experience with a Israeli company that tried to enter to US, and we did so well. Actually, for me, it was a new experience, but because IBM and everything, so I had more confidence and the capabilities to do that. So actually, they sold to 5 branches, and then they grow to 17, and then they ask for 70.
Whoa, it's rapid growth.
Rapid growth, all in 1 year. So I told them, guys, are you ready technology-wise? Are you ready in all the communication devices that are related to this situation, the network and everything?
Scaling very fast.
Yeah, so they said yes, and it was too fast. And once we saw that they are not ready, we stopped everything. We look at them and said, guy, we save you from yourself, like you said now, and this is the right thing. And we recall, so the rest of them, we let them to prepare, and the rest is history.
Gabby, I still have to come back to today's event. People hear the background noise, and we spoke with so many, creative minds. What just excites? I'm not going to ask you about any particular company because that's not fair. It's like asking you for your favorite child that you can't do. But what excites you in general about the startups that you've seen and that were here today and here at the previous event? What excites you?
It's hard for me to say that, but let's admit, I'm almost 50. And I look at them as I look at young guys with a lot of ambitions, great technology, capabilities that you can't imagine. You can't imagine how they actually can shift from one direction to another direction according to what we tell them and how they feel the market. And we have here Swartley. Swartley was with us in 2016 in the same event with different direction. And he did a strategic change, which is part of the things that we are doing. And now it's getting money and it's growing and it's amazing. So you can see that those guys failure is not an option.
Right. Right.
And this is the Israeli thing, you know. This is what we like.
Yeah, chutzpah and
Yeah.
stick it in.
Yeah.
You stick to it. There is, like you said, failure is not an option.
Exactly.
You're going to see it through to success. I love the honor of interviewing C-level executives and sharing their great advice and perspective on Mind Your Business. I'd love to get your feedback. Post it in the comments below and subscribe. You'll never miss an edition of Mind Your Business.